Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Daroga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. False goods, important things are needed to be.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a seaport planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before. Or sings tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Enterprise Wednesday for November 16th, 2022. Today we are going to watch Season 1, Episode 7, The Andorian Incident, which originally aired Halloween, October 31st, 2001, the same day and time as the World Series, which was a big hit in the ratings for this particularly good episode of Star Trek Enterprise. If anyone would like to join the panel, the link is in the chat. It's pinned at the top. You're welcome to come on up. Richie Poole was first in the chat. Qapla, Richie. And Richie Poole says, "How's it going, Pink Skin?" Birdo Prey 5. It's going well enough, Richie. Well enough. Thank you. John Aragi says, "Not gonna sing that song. No, not gonna sing that song. Birds got hate for the song." And he says, "If only God would turn on subscriber only mode," which I'm not sure why he'd say that, because subscriber only mode was already on. Mike Richards says, "Stay tuned after the Andorian Incident for Rick Moranis and Jeffrey Combs and Honey, I Shranned the Kids." John DeMarco says, "Greetings all, including any fellow Pinkskins." Greetings, John. Mike Richards is in greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Mike Richards says hi to John, and he says hello to Mike. Mr. Londell's Groovy Movie says, Qapla, Mr. Londell. And welcome Deej to the panel. Hey, Deej.
It's been a long road getting from there to here.
Okay,
There, I'll sing it.
For another 2 minutes. Okay, wait
I'll
for that.
Sing it.
You can sing it once it comes up. Okay, you're welcome to sing it. Let's just wait for that point in the episode.
I'm sorry, bad teach.
Not bad, just excited. You're overly excited.
I know I am. It's Enterprise.
Oh boy. Anyway, Qapla, Mr. Londell. LDG, hashtag free the net. Says best rewatchable episode of the season. Anyone else? Actually, a lot of people feel that way, LDG. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Moxley fan says, Bird, Qapla Bird, hope you and the family are doing well today. Well, Moxley, I'm feeling a bit better, but Mama Pray's got a head cold, so we hope she's going to order. She's ordering some soup tonight, she says. Yeah, so all hope Mama Pray gets well soon. Professor Brainy Specs says, Qapla Bird, Qapla Professor. 54.5 Access Radio says hashtag Blue Lives Matter. And considering it's the Andorian Incident, we know what he means by that. He doesn't mean cops. Yvette says, good evening, Bird, and everyone. Good evening, Yvette. John DeMarco says, welcome, Professor. Moxley fan says, we, the people. By the way, I did finally watch the episode of Prodigy from last week, and it has a Star Trek, the original series, tie-in, and there's people who are not pretending, but they are emulating what they saw from the Enterprise, including Captain Kirk, and there's a character who talks like Captain Kirk, or my Captain Kirk equivalency of a character, and they are great at it. They are great. Down with emulation, yells Rock Solid, because of course he does. Welcome, Rock Solid. You reviewed an emulated a system that emulates a ROM today. It was your review on your channel was about an emulation of Missile Command, of which don't anybody hire Rock Solid to protect yourselves from missiles. Clearly, Poland had hired Rock Solid to protect themselves from incoming missiles, and we all saw what happened. Too soon? I don't think so. Professor Brainy Specs is sending wishes of rapid recovery from the head cold for Mama Pray. Thank you, Professor. And Rock Solid is saying, that's an officially licensed port. Sure it is. And welcome NB Grandpa Geek to the panel. Qapla.
Hey, bud.
Hello. Okay. So this is Season 1, Episode 7, the Andorian Incident. If you would like to watch live with us, go to the Bird O' Prey 5 screening room at birdopray5.com/SR. If you're on a computer, you can just open another tab. If you have a mobile device, use a separate device to go to birdopray5.com/SR and leave YouTube window open on this device. Rock Solid says, tell Mama Pray not to sweat being sick. It's clearly all in her head.
Yes, it is.
Hey, Bird, I've always been one to ask you this question.
Yes.
Having tea with lemon.
Why did you choose 5?
Why did I choose the number 5?
Well,
No, well, we've got to go back to the year, I believe it was 1988 or 89. Long before AOL existed, there was a service called Quantum Link for the Commodore 64. Quantum Link.
Before 88.
It was before 88, says Mama Pray. Quantum Link would later go on to become AOL, but at the time it was called Quantum Link, or Q-Link for short. And you could only have a username of 10 characters. So having seen Star Trek 3 or 4 recently, and being a big fan of the Klingon Bird of Prey, as soon as I got to sign up, I tried to make my username Bird of Prey, which was 10 characters. Everything was perfect. I hit enter or return in those days, and some other son of a bitch had beat me to it. Some bastard. Bird of Prey was taken.
Bert, I'm gonna say
Actually-
right now, I can't type that. I can't type that in. I'm not getting anything.
Quantum Link.
I'm saying what you said in the link. I put Bird of Prey 5 SR, and nothing's coming up.
birdofprey5.com/SR.
Okay, hold on a second.
Professor Brainy Specs just put the link in the chat
SR,
if you want to click on it.
Or if you're like some of us, we have it bookmarked. Bird of Prey 5 website. Go down.
Oh, fuck you, Deej.
Anyway, so when Bird of Prey was taken, I said, okay, I can do Bird O Prey. It's close enough. And sure, wouldn't you know it, some other son of a bitch had already got Bird O Prey. That was taken.
Thanks,
So
Professor.
Then I was like, well, I guess I'm going to have to put a fucking number. And I started with Bird O Prey 1. And I was like, no, 1. I think I tried 1 and 1 was taken. And I was like, I was going to put in 2. I was like, I don't want to be the number 2. That just sounds weird. And 3 is weird. And 4, 5. 5 sounded like a good round number. A good round number. So
I can see that.
I tried
totally
Bird O Prey
understand
5 and it was free. So I took it, and Bird O Prey 5 has been in existence for over 30 plus years now. And it was my first email address, even before AOL was connected to the internet. And still today, you can get me at birdofrey5@aol.com, and hence why I am birdofrey5.
So, in a sense, you're the second person I know in the last few months who has an AOL account still.
Apparently, yes. I mean, you don't get rid of an account you've had for 4/5 of your life.
Fair enough. I mean, I had an AOL account, but God knows if I could remember how to log into it.
Roxas says, Deej, keep up with the tips. Some people do appreciate it. Seems like an odd number to me, says Rock Solid. Wow.
5 is odd.
Yes, it's odd and prime. Deej says, I try Rock Solid. See the abuse I get trying to give good advice. Anyways.
Sorry about that.
No.
No. Oh, you didn't hear the bleed over? Oh, good. The headphones were on then.
Yeah, no, I didn't hear any noise.
Okay, good. I put my headphones on to watch this, so this is not bleed over. And then I fucked up and turned up the YouTube on top of listening to you on StreamYard, and it was like, oh shit, I've had that happen before. So my apologies, but I'm glad nobody heard it.
No problem. Okay, so we will head over to the screening room. I will count down, and we will get ready to watch. Deej, anything you want to say before we start?
I'm just waiting to sing.
Okay, Deej is waiting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have Pajem, or we don't know where it is quite yet.
Why is this fucking shaking?
Why are you cursing so much?
Is there an earthquake going on, perhaps?
No, I'm just saying on my end it's shaking. And why am I fucking cursing, Deej? Because it's me.
Somebody's here for an inspection. Ooh, Deej.
Long road. Getting from there to here. It's been a long time.
But my time is finally here. We'll see my dreams
I give up.
come alive. Am I like the only one who actually loves that song?
Faith, the heart.
I'm saying,
Heart will take me. I've got faith
faith,
to
believe
believe.
I can
I
do
can see
anything. I
anything.
got strength of the soul. No one's gonna bend or break me. I got each in its time. I got faith.
Wow.
Faith of the heart. I really to this day do not understand what y'all's problem with that opening theme song is.
LDG says you've got Tim having a stroke over here. Tim, pull yourself together.
I don't really care. I really want to know why you all hate that freaking song so much.
I don't hate it. I enjoy it.
Me a half hour with her. She'll forget all about purge.
Qapla Rostog's broken spirit. Back when Star Trek was Star Trek. Indeed.
Amen.
Nobody enjoys celery that much.
No, not unless it's drenched in peanut butter.
Yeah, exactly. Or ranch or something. Honey mustard, even. Hey, Murder Hornet.
See, he just dipped it in peanut butter there and called it something else.
You can like celery, Professor. Just not that much.
Professor likes to wear his celery on his lapel of his jacket. Just like the Fifth Doctor.
Uncle Paulie made a $1.49 donation and says, "Hello, my favorite sister's son. I took your advice. I'm working at the library again. I really missed it. See you at the family Christmas dinner. Give your mother a kiss from me."
Excuse me,
Yes, Mama Frey.
you working where again?
The public library.
How did they
Again. How did they know?
How did they know Uncle Paulie really was a librarian at one point?
Uncle Paulie really was a librarian?
Yeah.
I never would have guessed.
No, nobody would.
Oh, wow. Apparently that might be the real Uncle Paulie.
Yeah.
John DeMarco says communal kolinahr sounds intense. And Professor Brainy Specs tells us the public library is a great place to be. But is it a great place for communal kolinahr?
Is it just me, or that most of other cultures we've seen throughout Star Trek are very religious or spiritual in some point, whereas Earth has become very secular?
It's fair. It's a fair assessment of the major races. I mean, even Klingons have more religion than humans seem to.
Well,
At least
remember the
24.
Klingons killed their gods. They were more
Yeah,
trouble
but
than the Earth.
they still tell the stories. They still believe in the the afterlife.
Yeah, I
Teklar
did. Yeah, exactly. I just noticed that other races, it seemed like humans were trying to purge and go to a more secular ideology, whereas we had several races that were more advanced and still religious in their own way. That's all. I find the Vulcans' ideology and religion similar to, I would think, the Buddhist. If that sounds like a fair assessment or not.
Never considered it, but it sounds fair.
Well, they talk about, the religious leader, Sirach. I would say that would be similar to like either Buddha or Gandhi. The teacher of their religion.
That was a priceless false wall.
Shran.
Not Shran.
Shran.
Shran. Okay, I'm sorry if he did really say Shran, not Tran. Racist much?
To explore strange new worlds, to seek out life. Yeah, but compared to an Andorian and a Vulcan ship, they're not really that well armed.
Actually, Jeffrey Combs was amazing, and from TNG to this era, he played so many characters.
Poor Captain Archer, always getting hit in the kidneys.
Damn, it's time to leap.
You're
You've endangered
pacifist.
me, you asshole.
You're pacifist, you dumb son of a bitches. You put yourself in this situation. They just showed up. I always liked Reed.
Oh, she. But she's hot.
You know there's no deer bops on Enterprise Wednesday, Rock Solid. Rock Solid says there could be. See that gold. I do, Rock Solid, and you are a very respected and very thankful to have you as a longtime channel member. However, there is not going to be Dear Bops today. The whole point of Dear Bop is the people need to know when to listen. And they know that Mondays and Fridays are when to listen for the answers.
Better you talking to people than me and giving advice. Wow, we smell that bad.
Yeah. Except we don't smell as bad as Klingons. You'll find that out in later episodes.
Malcolm was really one of my favorite of the show.
And if Malcolm was smart, he'd just transport down.
Remember how transporters worked back then?
They were working. That's right, Mike. After Enterprise, there is another throwing of an episode of that darn Deej.
Where's the logic in that?
Because they had a very messed up version of logic. If you look at what they became by TOS, they really understood the version of logic at that point. At this point, they're still trying to figure it out. It wasn't until they got the Chronicles of Sarrak later on that it worked out. I mean, I'm sorry, but Vulcans of this era, I wouldn't have trusted. Why would you put your people like that?
How they bury them.
That's not a burial.
It is in Vulcan culture.
Fair enough. You know, for a logical species, why are they so attached to objects?
Because logically,
not very logical to be worried about the bodies of the dead.
It's not very logical to worry about objects either.
well, it is if you want to preserve the past so you can learn from the past. It would be logical.
How would that be logical? Explain that.
Do we not learn from the past by things from the past?
Fair enough. I'll concede to that.
We both share it. I'd share it with her. I'd keep her warm.
Not if they went outside or went to an area that wasn't guarded by the scanners they saw. Jesus Christ.
That's an order. Get in the blanket.
That's the way to do it, Archer. Get her under the blankets with you.
Well, the whole thing is she needs to get her head out of her goddamn ass.
Now rub me for warmth.
Okay, I want to point this out. The fact that they're on the floor, all the heat is going down there.
Heat rises.
I know that.
All the cold air is going to the floor.
Yeah, exactly. But they're not getting heat from it on a cold floor.
They have nowhere else to go, so that's the only place they have.
I understand that. I'm just saying, I've had experience in this.
Hello, Captain MKG.
Yes, he is.
Okay, my orders. Rub this.
Yeah, but you're good. Yeah, but you're. And she took the whole blanket. And
Well, yeah.
she did not answer the fucking question.
So it looked like a triangle.
That is true.
Hello, Snail. We're watching Enterprise. You can watch it with us at bertopray5.com/SR. Otherwise, you'll get a screenshot every 10 seconds here on YouTube. Thank you, Professor. I never really understood why it was so important to confirm that's where the nose or the eyepiece went to.
They were trying to figure out in their head if they could use that as an escape route.
Nobody really knew that that was there. I don't know.
Well, you can't trust the Vulcans to actually tell you if it was.
Remember what they said? They're trying to hide something. I really don't like pacifists.
So this time it's supposed to work. So it will. Until when it's not, then it won't.
Just don't beam into the middle of a storm with a bunch of leaves blowing around.
If
Wouldn't
I'm
have
not
been nice
mistaken,
if you had somebody watching him the whole time.
if I'm not mistaken, the only people that had energized the technology were the humans and I believe the Klingons in the Enterprise era. I could be wrong, but they're the only ones I remember.
You mean transporter technology?
Yeah,
Well, clearly the Vulcans had it.
I didn't see them use it.
Hmm.
I mean, I never saw a transporter from a Vulcan ship in the Enterprise era. Decoy.
One of the only things Jeffrey Combs got to know about this role before he took it, which he didn't have to test for, they were just willing to give it to him, was that he didn't die. Shran didn't die at the end of the episode. So,
They would have been smarter if they just all lined up at a hole and stunned all three of the Andorians instead of blowing it.
can somebody just stun this guy? Mr. Lundell says, why didn't somebody do a damn neck pinch? Mr. Lundell, at this point, Vulcans do not yet believe or know how to do the neck pinch.
Only in the mirror universe do they know about neck pinches. Because they did do it in the mirror universe.
Very interesting. Or maybe it's more fair to say those who know how to do the neck pinch are considered bad, immoral. Well, John, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking the neck pinch is seen in the same way as the mind melt. They might know about them, but they're considered taboo.
I miss Star Trek. Why would they have that technology?
Dun dun dun! Busted!
Nobody gives a shit. Nobody noticed the door opened.
Here's your Vulcan neck pinch. Just a boot to the head. Boom!
Okay.
Shran never forgets debts.
Of course not. It used to be Brunt, FCA.
Wayoon.
Which way you'd?
All of
He
them.
was quite a few.
He was all of them.
So this episode,
Understand this, guys. Under the Geneva Convention, using military resources in things like schools or hospitals or religious violates the terms.
Yeah,
Which
but
is
that does not
basically
apply.
what they did.
Geneva Convention again does not apply to this because this is Vulcan. So
I understand that. I'm just trying to.
It just doesn't
stay
apply.
within.
Doesn't apply. You can't
or
hold
the town in
aliens.
Switzerland says it, doesn't mean that the Vulcans and Andorians follow it. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying is, I'll shut up now. I'm too tired to care.
So,
Yes, I know the
Tor.com,
Geneva Convention doesn't have anything to do with this, but it really kind of goes into that with this right here. Was like they violated their treaty with the Andorians.
That's between them.
Yeah, and we were caught in the middle.
Tor.com gave this 8 out of 10 in a 2022 rewatch and said it was a fantastic episode of Enterprise, doing exactly the sort of thing a prequel can do well. Sci-Fi Portal ranked the episode 38 out of 40 greatest Star Trek episodes. 2016 Empire ranked it the 36th best of all 700 plus Star Trek episodes. And in 2016, also the Hollywood Reporter ranked the Andorian Incident in the 100 best Star Trek episode. Oh, no, the 100th best Star Trek episode, noting how it established the story for the Andorians and the Vulcan. Wired recommended this episode as one to watch. 2015 interview with the show's cast. Sci-Fi recommended this episode as an Enterprise cast favorite. In 2016, TrekNews.net ranked the Andorian Incident as one of the top 10 episodes of Enterprise. And in 2016, TrekNews.net also rated it as their 9th of their top 10 essential episodes of Enterprise. And finally, in 2021, Digital Fix said it was the best episode of season 1 of Enterprise. And I'll be honest, I think I pretty much have to agree.
Hey, Bird, thanks for having me on. I'm going to check out. I'm getting tired, and I'm calling it in tonight, bud.
You're welcome.
You and Deej have a good one.
Have a good night.
That was non-binary geek, folks. He left the building.
Yeah, I think that this is probably the best episode of the season, or if not, it's certainly up there.
Yeah, I think it's the best episode of season 1.
And it's unfortunate that it came after 2 pretty shitty episodes, and that it was also airing the same night as a World Series game. So even fewer people got to see it than would have. And if you look at the ratings, they never improved. They only got worse after this. There was a small bump next week in Breaking the Ice, but then after that, they all were less. They were all significantly less through the rest of the season. The highs, millions of viewers, started at 12.5 million, then 9 million, 7.8, 8.6, 8.3, and then again down to 7.9, 7.1. Yeah. By the end of the season, it was down to 5.2 million viewers, and never recovered.
Still more viewers than the last few.
Oh, a
series
hell
of
of a lot
Doctor Who,
more.
though.
Oh, and certainly more than they're getting now, I'm sure, by a factor of 10. But yeah. Let's see. John DeMongo says Shran is great, of course, but I didn't like continuing trend of making Vulcans the bad guys. I don't know that they're necessarily bad guys. It's what's that called? Spying. There's a word for it.
Antagonist.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but there's a word for. I mean, the U.S. has spies. All major powers have spies, have that type of operations. It's just, it's not, you're not evil. You're not the bad guys because you employ the use of spies and spying technology. Everybody does it.
Even Kuroga.
You just get caught sometimes.
Kuroga has spies, folks.
Rock Solid is again wanting Dear Bob.
Yeah,
This is
no,
just
Dear
the
Bob.
one most recent. Just the one most recent. How do I know that's the one that you want until I go through them?
He probably is the newest one that you got, and it's the one he just sent you.
Okay, let's see. Rock Solid. Now it means I'm going to have to reread it when it's officially whatever. When it's officially Dear Bob on Friday. But let's go. Let's see. That's the most recent Dear Bob.
See that?
Now,
you did throw your weight around.
there is one from Rock Solid on Monday, but that is not the most recent.
Monday.
Okay, the most recent from today. It's having trouble loading for some reason. Not Mondays. Okay, I'm loading it. It's taking its sweet time. Thank you. Here we go. Dear Bob. Okay, I'm reading it to myself, Rock Solid.
Rest of us have to wait till Friday.
Okay, so Rock Solid's Dear Bob was about today's panel. And for the most part, Rock Solid, I tend to agree. On the other side, I don't think really much damage was done. I think we could all deal with it. I don't really think it was that big a problem. But I understand and I take your feedback, sir. I appreciate the candid feedback. And Deej, I know Deej himself. I apologize since he kind of got cut off singing the song.
Oh, I'm used to it. I'm used to it.
But thank you, Rock Solid, for that.
There's always next week.
Exactly. Professor Brainy Speck says sorry to Deej. Professor, you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything. So yeah, I like the Andorian Incident. Again, one of my favorite Enterprise episodes. Very likely the best of the season. Deej, you seem to enjoy it.
This was one of the best ones of season 1.
Yeah, I think a lot of people will agree with that. And
so I can't wait until we hit season 3 and 4.
I can't wait till we get to season 2, episode 1, Carbon Creek, my favorite Enterprise episode of all time, and arguably a top 10 Trek episode of all time.
Oh, that's pretty high praise since most of Bird's picks are usually Deep Space Nine.
It is. So next week is Breaking the Ice, which the Enterprise encounters a comet, and Reed and Mayweather try to mine some Elysium. To their surprise, the Vulcan ship stops by to observe Enterprise, and Tucker unexpectedly becomes the only crewman to learn Sub-Commander T'Pol has to make a decision between staying aboard Enterprise or returning to Vulcan for her impending marriage. She asks his advice as she starts a steady, deepening personal bond between the pair over the remainder of this series. I remember this episode now. I liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad, and we got to see a snow Vulcan.
A snow Vulcan?
Well, they made a snowman on the comet, but they put the pointed ears on it to make it a snow Vulcan.
Right. Okay. So yeah, it gives us something to look forward to. Thursday, I'm not sure what. I might put out a video. At this phase, I probably won't, but I might. Friday will be Bed Life, and the weekend.
More Dear Bops.
Yes, more Dear Bops. And the weekend starts over again. So, Deej, you got anything you're planning? Any more streaming today or anything?
I might do a stream in a little bit. Well, here.
Sounds good. I will keep an eye out. Otherwise, guys, if you want to hang out, I tend to be in the underground with LDG at freethenet.org/underground. Cinnabon Bunny says hello, Cinnabon. Hope to see you out there. The new day has started on the Governor of Poker, and we've got new games, new challenges for the Halloween games have ended, and the end of the year games have begun. LDG says Captain MKG and I might continue our game at 9 p.m. Eastern on his channel. Yes, the Civilization 6 Battle Royale. Miss Londell tells you to stream Deej. I agree. Cinnabon says, I see how it is, Professor Brainy Specs. Mike Richards says, Bird loves poker in emojis. And Professor Brainy Spec says, I know, right? Bird should have streamed later. Later? I'm streaming now. Anyway, guys, Deej, anything else you want to say before we go?
Stay tuned to Bird of Prey 5 and all his streaming coming days, folks.
Sounds good. Qapla All, Bird and Panel out.